is one of the few places where there's no overhang to the cliff. So you can actually have a look at the things that are in the cliff without worrying of a rock falling on your head. Always keep an eye out for any shark teeth, which are normally quite black, and the shells are these little white bits over there. There's a crab without a concretion over there. You get to see the black tip of the claw sticking out there. It's quite damaged already. And every now and again, if you're really lucky, you find these agates on the beach. That's not a great one, but it's definitely got some agatized sections in there. Yeah. You might even call that a bit of boitrodial agate there, the bubbly stuff. So it's chalcedony inside something like a jasper or a chert. But there's the most fortifications over there. That's beautiful. Yeah, even down here. Even down there. That's awesome. I don't know if you can see this, but this all fell literally in my footsteps. There's my footsteps going there, and as I got here, you can see there's my other footstep that fell, covering up the rest of my footsteps. You can still, it's still moving up there. Like there's still little bits falling. But yeah, that's weird. Like literally 2 seconds behind me, it fell. I wouldn't have done anything, I mean it's just some mud. But such timing. There was certainly a lot going on the ocean floor over here. Look at all these flabellum. Solitary corals. Not so solitary over here. There's 1, 2, 3, probably like 20, 25 over there, just in that one spot. And there's bits of wood around these little black pits, like over there in the corner, that's some wood. And there's some over here as well. And I see some fish bones kind of in the middle there. Yeah, those are some tiny fish bones. That's one of the bits of carbon over there, or plant material, wood, whatever it is. Well, it's early morning and I'm back here. I got the tides wrong yesterday, so I didn't find much. But hopefully now, with the early start and it being kind of low tide, we're going to find something. I'm sure we're going to find something good. The tide is pushing, so we only have about an hour or two before this is all covered again. Speaking of which, here it comes. There's a nice flabellum, beautiful cross section of one. That's a solitary coral. I think you still find them today. Maybe not the specific species, but yeah, you still find flabellum corals. And I do love finding these little bits of power shell that have been polished by the waves. Found my first bit of bone over here, and it's inside a concretion. Those are the bits of bone sticking out there, the darker shapes right over there and there. It's quite interesting. I wonder what's inside there. You can see the bone's not well preserved. It hasn't got that outer edge which you would normally expect on a piece of bone, so it's been eroded either by something mechanical like sand, or probably more likely bacteria. So the bacteria has actually eaten away at the bone. Imagine you leave a piece of bone out on the bottom of the ocean. Things are going to eat away at it until you start losing the shape of the bone, which I think is what's happened there, which is why it's looking so faint. There's some more bits on that side. Yeah, it's not worth taking back. There is a chance there could be something cool like a tooth or ear bone in there. I'll show you a piece of well-preserved bone from this area. I've got some here before, but this ain't it. Let's go find some. Yeah, this is really cool. It's a little bit of the ocean floor. I've been coming here for years and I never looked at these bits until Tyler found a beautiful piece that had little trackways on it. Like this one, you can kind of faintly see on the back there. Well, this should be the top actually. So this would have been upward facing, and there's little trackways there. Like maybe for crabs or something. And those are I forget what they're called, flute casts. But yeah, that can actually tell you the direction, I think, of the current, the underwater current. So yeah, that would have been, this is filled in the little places that have been washed away. So this is the top. It's a nice tiny piece, so I can take that back. It's one of the cool things to leave with schools. I think I actually see a decent sized shark tooth down here. Have a look. Well, decent for me anyway. See if you can find it. It's on screen now. There it is. Just kind of lying right on top of everything. It's not huge. I mean, yeah, that's not a bad sized shark tooth for me anyway. I normally find the 1 or 2 millimeter ones, and this one is maybe like 1.5 centimeters. It's a beautiful little tooth. I think it's a Hastalis. I found some Hastalis teeth here before, and it's the right age for them to be here. Luckily I brought a little container for it to stop it rattling around. I'll just put a little bit of the sediment in. Good. That should cushion it a little bit. Okay, let's find a megalodon tooth now. preferably. I'm looking through the smaller bits and pieces over here because sometimes you find some cool things. Found this little steinkern, so this is the inside of a Tarantella shell. Quite a large one. You can see it's a fossil, it's filled with rock. It's a cool one. But I see a tiny crab that's half out of the rock already. I almost said shell. It's not half out of the shell, it's half out of the rock. And there it is, right over there. Look at that beautiful one. That's so cool. Find it quite rare to find the tiny ones. Normally you find most of the medium ones, you know, the fist-sized ones or slightly bigger. Yeah, that's a cool little one. You can see how the concretion is formed over that side. And this is what I mean by good separation. You see how easily the rock came away from it? That's what you want when you're prepping a crab. Not like that current one I'm prepping where it's just stuck, where the rock's stuck to the shell. Yeah, that's a beautiful one. That's the right claw sticking out over there. It's obviously lost all the legs. Yeah, it's still very cool to find. Some bryozoan. Quite a nice bryozoan actually. I used to always think that was bone, so I've carried many a piece of bryozoan home thinking it was like penguin or bird or something, because it's got these hollow bits and it really does look like bone, but it hasn't got that outer bone surface. That's one way to kind of figure out that it's bryozoan. And also the shapes are super random. What is up with this driftwood? Yeah, that's a plastic pipe. And it looks like the tree grew around it. And now it's a piece of driftwood. That is quite different. Wonder where it's from. I mean, did it come from New Zealand or did it float across the Pacific? Is it from like South America? Okay, it's time to start heading home. The tide's coming in. Yeah, I haven't found a really big crab today, which is quite strange. Here's the crab I'm currently prepping. This is one that Cayman found, and I'm busy prepping it for him. This is the bottom of the crab. You can see the legs sticking out there, and that's part of the claw. There's the rest of the claw over there, and that's the stomach. It's a very tricky one. It's got a calcite layer there, and it's super sticky. I'm live streaming the prepping on my Patreon channel. So if you want to check that out, you can go look at it over there. Here's some very delicate bird bones that I'm going to try and prep as well. You can see it sticking out there, that white bit over there. And you can still see the internal structure of the bone. So it's super hollow, which I'm guessing makes it bird bone. And there's some more over there at the top there. It's a very different type of matrix. It's like a travertine type thing. So pretty much pure calcium carbonate. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that pretty chilled fossil hunt. Well, 2 days of it. I had a lot of fun and it was cool just having a look, seeing what we can find. Tomorrow I'm doing 2 school visits, so I'm super excited for that. And on Friday I'm writing a metamorphic lab exam. So for Geology 242, I'm writing that lab exam, and then it's into study week. So I'm almost done with another semester of university. And then it's into the mid-year break. So keep an eye out for some more fossil road trips. Stay safe and I'll see you on the next hunt.